Hi, I'm DelusionDispeller, and I'm doing another remake of a past video because it was a very good video, but the background noise was either too loud or I wasn't dressed appropriately or something just didn't quite depict what I represent now. So I'm going to do another video remake so that you can see the same information from the last one, but in a better format, I guess you could say. So, without further ado, what I'm going to be talking to you about today, I have labeled, or entitled, I guess you would say, The Magic Powers of the Narcissist. What do I mean by magic powers? Well, anybody that's been with a narcissist knows that narcissists have a way of controlling us and keeping us coming back for more. So that's kind of what this video will be about, or video series if it turns out to be more than one. A viewer had asked me a while back to make a video on confronting the narcissist. Most of us that have been narcissistically abused would like to go back and talk to the narcissist and confront them and tell them, you know, you have some real problems and we want to talk to you about what those problems are and help you maybe get some help. So let's talk about that type of thing. What happens when you confront a narcissist? Or as I call them, the egg donor or sperm donor, if they are parents. I say loosely. Often, when there is a child that was abused, as an adult, that person has a delayed puberty. In other words, if it's a little girl, or I'm sorry, if it's a woman, she'll have a little girl voice. If it's a man, he may have a little boy voice. A lot of times I've noticed, even in narcissists themselves, they take on these personas or try to present themselves in such a way that they sound like a little kid. Like they'll have names like Debbie and Sissy and just like little kid names. And I think part of that is the persona, as far as the narcissist goes, of being that innocent little child, but they're really not innocent at all as narcissists. But even the victims often will take on those childish names or personas because the victims of the narcissists have a lot of reasons why they're kind of stuck in that mode. They may even sound very helpless, like a timid little child. And I want you to know that this is extremely normal. If you run into somebody that was horridly abused, that they would be very childlike in the way that they talk or maybe even behave. A child in a narcissist family or situation does not develop in the normal way. They may not develop breasts if they're a woman. They may not have body hair, women or men. They may not have a normal menstrual cycle if they're females. Due to the extreme abuse, sometimes malnutrition, physical abuse, sometimes sexual abuse, the adult child may stay in this pattern, this childlike state, dependent on the egg or sperm donor or the narcissistic abuser. Or they may even feel obligated to take care of the narcissist simply because it was ingrained in them to do so and they don't know anything else. And they may stay in these relationships with the abuser long after they should really be in those relationships. You see this a lot with grown-up adult children who continue to run back to mommy and daddy for help on things. A lot of times that has something to do with the fact that they were stunted in that age range, or that immaturity, if you will. The narcissist proclaims themselves as wonderful providers, caregivers, great parents, parent of the year even, something wonderful. And then they expect reverence from the child towards this image that they've painted of themselves. So when that child grows up into an adult and dares to allude to the fact that this is not true about the narcissistic adult, that narcissist is shocked because they really were convinced that everyone, including that offspring of theirs, believed that they were the most wonderful parent that ever existed. Stay tuned. I'll talk to you more on this topic of the magic powers of the narcissist. Thank you.